Welcome to sportsbookreview.com. I'm Flash, and this is your home for baseball in Taiwan and South Korea. Strange day yesterday, very strange. We hit the post. LG Twins winning by 2.5. You've got to fade them Eagles for everything you've got. And the brothers, well, they equalised. They equalled it up with the Monkeys in the CPBL in Taiwan. Now, if you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button and ring the bell, and we will notify you, and you'll never miss any content again. Also, if you press the description in the article, or the description link in the description, then you can go and see Jay's article, and it's not just Jay's articles over there. It's many other people's as well, many other sports. So enjoy. Jay, let's crack straight on because it was a tough day yesterday.
Yeah, it was kind of an interesting one. We saw 4 underdogs win in the KBO, and then we saw the brothers go back into tied for first place with the Monkeys in the CPBL. So a lot of chaos to unravel, but it's been a lot of fun.
Things that I noticed yesterday was we went totals, we threw in a little first 5, we've done team totals over the last few days, we've done money line, we've done handicaps. Obviously I go a bit mental and go -2.5 instead of -1.5, but it might be time now that we start throwing in a few of these first 5s or the team totals.
Yeah, with the way things are going now and how the money lines are reaching even -300 in a baseball game, which is ridiculous numbers. Yeah, we have to look at different ways to get some good lines. So first 5 team totals are definitely the way to go in the future.
So if we're on money line and there's a team that are -300, does that mean they're going to be +200 for the opposing side?
Something like that, and that's a lot of value for, because as you've seen, any given day, a baseball team can win a game. So when you see a team at +200 or around that range, there's so much value there. So it's like, how do you not take it? But then on the other end, it's like, all right, well, they're probably going to lose. But that's not the case in the KBO right now.
No, listen, I think you just put a line through the Eagles, okay? So the Eagles, I don't care if you give me +400, I'm not taking them. But if you get any other side at +200, I think you have just got to go and bet it blind just for a small amount, because again, if you're going to play on the totals, you're going to play on the first 5, or you're going to play on the team totals. But if you get +200 on any one of these given sides, because like the Dinos are sitting at the top, they're now losing nearly every other game as well. So I think the LG Twins, I think they're the ones. Obviously, the Lions, you don't go near them. I've said it from day one, and I don't like the way that I'm being proved correct. So let's crack on with Taiwan, CPBL, Jay. And we're going to start off with the Guardians and the Brothers. Brothers, it goes straight back to the top with a convincing win yesterday.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with how the brothers have played ever since those rain delays and rain outs. It's been all the brothers. And what's funny is if you look at, picking the team to win the championship this year, the Monkeys are still heavy favorites. So there's actually value right now with the brothers at around +300 to win the championship in this league, which is pretty crazy. Just a thought for some people that are watching. But yeah, my official play on this one will be the brothers at around -140. NC Hung is on the mound for the brothers against Brian Whittle of the Guardians. And again, we've always talked about Hung, how he's a great strikeout pitcher. He's done solid job this entire season. He's got a 4.35 ERA and a 5.19 FIP. It seems like every single time he's allowing 3 to 4 runs in every single start, which is really good for the CPBL. As we know, it's a hitting league. So if he's only allowing 3 to 4 runs per start, that's really good. And that's consistency that you like to see. On the other hand, we got Brian Whittle of the Guardians. He's been up and down throughout the entire season, but he's been a lot better recently, also allowing that 3 to 4 range in terms of runs. He's faced the brothers in 3 of his last 4 starts. He's got 1 win, 1 loss, and 1 no decision. He's also allowed 5 home runs in those 3 games, but still only allowed 3 runs in 2 and 4 runs in 1. So it's been really interesting with both of these guys. I like the brothers, the more consistency with Hong and how the brothers are hitting. If the game goes into the bullpens, I like the brothers' bullpen more, and I like the brothers hitting more. So if it comes down to a tight game late in the game, I love the brothers in this situation. So I go official play with the brothers, and also lean towards under 13.5. Again, I keep taking unders in these games, and I'm getting it stabbed me in the back. But at the end of the day, both these guys, they're pitching 6 to 7 innings, allowing 3 to 4 runs. That's only 6 to 8 runs. The bullpen really going to allow 8 runs? I don't think so. I think the bullpens have been a little bit better this type of last 2-3 weeks compared to the beginning of the season. So I would lean towards under 13.5. But again, it's a lean. I'm not taking it, but I'm leaning towards that.
Minus 140 is massive though for the brothers. They're the form side. Obviously, they've hardly been beaten, maybe 2 or 3 times in about the last 10 or 11 games. They are the form side. Minus 140. If it was in the KBO with that type of form, they'd be minus 200. So yeah, I think we like the brothers. I would even go with the brothers minus 1.5, Jay, just because I like to go big or go home. Okay, what about the Lions versus the Monkeys? The Monkeys are now sitting equal on top with the brothers. They are so in and out, hit and miss.
Well, this one's pretty interesting because I think it's the first time that in a while in the CPBL where we've seen 2 local pitchers going against each other. So we have Cheng Wang of the Monkeys, who he was injured for about a little less than 2 weeks, but he's coming back now. Obviously, the Monkeys need a lot of pitching depth because their starting pitching has not been very good. The relief pitching has been awful. So getting Wang back early is a good sign. I'm not sure if he's on an innings limit or a restriction of any sort. So again, be cautious of that. Then you got Cheng of the Uni Lions. He's got 4 wins in his last 4 games. So he lost his first 2 games of the season, but then he won his last 4. And he's pitched a lot better. Against the Monkeys, though, or against the Monkeys, he's allowed 9 runs in 1 game, 6 runs in another, and 2 games in the last one. In his last 2, he's only allowed 2 runs in each start. It's been interesting. He hasn't been able to go further than 5 innings. So, again, this is a really close one. I do like Cheng, how he's pitched and performed lately. Going with the hot hand, he's won 4 straight games, which is something that you have to look at. And then, again, with Wang, we don't really know what to expect from him. He was sidelined for a week and a half. Is he on an innings limit? Is he on a little restriction? So I feel like both pitchers are in the same kind of spectrum. I would go with an official play with the Uni Lions at plus 140 with that value. I'd lean towards the over 13.5 in this one. Wang has been good. He's had 1 bad outing when he was in relief. Hasn't pitched nearly as well, but that could have been due to his injury. Because in the beginning of the season, he was really good. So it's hard to know what you're going to get out of him. If you want easier plays or plays that are a little bit less risky, I'd probably stay off this one. But if I'm going to make a play on this one, it's going to be my official play on the Uni Lions. There's value there with both these pitchers going.
There's great value at 140 because, as we say, the Monkeys are hit and miss. I mean, they're just valued because of the legacy, because they win it most years. But now, 140, the Lions, it is like a toss of a coin, so it should be minus 110. So you're getting 50 units. You've got to go with the Lions, and we are going with the Lions. Over 13.5, I don't know about that. Any sort of lean on the first 5?
This game would be tough. If I were to do one, it would probably be the brothers on the first 5. This game would be tough because again, we don't really know what we're expecting out of Wang, who was injured. So will he only go 5 innings? Will he have a bad start from a little rust? We don't really know. I mean, some people don't believe in rust, some people do. There's a lot of things that you don't really know what to expect in this one. So I would stay away from any first 5, and there's just value with the Uni Lions. I'm not guaranteeing they're going to win, but there's value there. That's why I'm taking it as an official play.
Okay, well, Joey Harb says, good luck today. Yeah, we need it. We want a clean sweep, or at least like a 4 or 5 in 1. Dan Mayer says, woohoo, first time I've caught you guys live. I typically watch the replays. Watch the replays as well, Dan. You're more than welcome, and we really appreciate your support. And Eric Chang is, yes, the show is live again. Eric, #1 fan. Okay, let's kick on to South Korea and the KBO. And we've got the Wiz and the Wyverns, Jay.
Yeah, we saw this morning, that was a wild game, went extra innings, and KT won 6-5. Both teams blew opportunities and wins and saves and whatever, and KT finally got the win in that one. It was a really fun game. But now we have KT going with Jo Byung-wook. It's his first career start in the KBO. He's pitched in 1 game in relief. I think that was against Kia. He allowed 1 earned run, 4 hits in 2 innings in his relief outing. Now he's getting the start. He's got an ERA of 4.5, but that's just 1 game, and a 3.58 FIP with a whip of 2. Then you have SK going with Kim Tae-hoon. He's got 6 starts this season, but he's got 19 strikeouts and 20 walks, so he's got more walks than strikeouts. He's got a 4.91 ERA and a 5.3 FIP. So Kim Tae-hoon, what's interesting is not just his walks and his strikeouts, but batting average of balls in play is just 213. The average would be around maybe 300. So he's been getting really lucky in balls in play because that number should be going up the next couple of starts. So my official play is actually KT over 4.5. So it's just a team total of KT over 4.5. If Tae-hoon is going to walk more batters and strike out, and his batting average of balls in play is just 213, which is definitely going to increase for SK, and I'm definitely on KT at over 4.5. They scored 5, and they scored 6 in this morning, and they got the win, and that was a lot harder of a matchup, I would say. So, yeah, I like the KT over 4.5. The Wiz have averaged 5 runs per game on the road. They've averaged 5.6 runs in their last 10 games. So going over 4.5 seems like a no-brainer. So that's the official play. If I were to lean on a team, it would be KT plus 102. They are the underdogs in this one. They're the underdogs because of a rookie pitcher. They don't really know what they're going to get out of them. So it's another one I'm leaning over 10.5. Again, these are both leans. My official play is KT over 4.5 with the juice at around minus 135.
Yeah, we like the way. I love the way you're mixing it up. I think that's what we've got to do. I mean, we've just got to bend but don't break. I mean, listen, go with KT Wiz at minus 102. Sorry, plus 102 over 10.5, but the over 4.5. Listen, I really like that. I really like that. It's the best I've heard for a couple of days, and I feel good about this card, Jay. Now let's go to my minus 2.5 LG Twins playing the fade 'em as much as you like Hanwha Eagles.
Yeah, see, a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this one. We got Chad Bell going on the mound for Hanwha. We talked about this a couple shows ago, where we see this trend where pitchers with an ERA of 3 points higher facing a team with a pitcher with an ERA 3 points lower, they've been doing really well, right? And so now we have an import pitcher going, Chad Bell, who's a lot better last year. He hasn't figured it out yet, but he's going to figure it out at some point. Chad Bell, he's got an 8.8 ERA going up against the Lim Chen guy who has a 5.24 ERA. So right there, we have a 3 ERA gap, and I think that right now it's about that trend is about 70% of the time that the worst ERA would win the game. About 70% of the time, it kills me to do this, but I do think Bell is going to be pitching better throughout the season. So I would lean towards Hanwha at plus 1.5. I really like Bell, his stats last season. I think he'll improve this year, and I think it's the time that he figures it out. So yeah, it's a lean. I'm not actually going to make this play, but I would be weary. I'd be weary on taking LG in this one. I do think Hanwha at least plus 1.5 can get the job done here with Chad Bell, an import pitcher. We have a couple trends going our way. We have import pitchers pitching against a local pitcher. That's a better trend. And that other trend I was just talking about with the 3-point ERA. Those are two trends to look at and say, okay, Hanwha has a chance in this one. They just scored 5 runs over LG in that first game. And I think Bell, if he can hold it down for a little bit against LG, especially with Ramos not in the lineup. LG, their offense was really good this morning, but it's going to. We've seen LG just go silent in a couple of games. This could be the spot that they do against Bell, who's a lefty pitcher and faces a good left-handed lineup.
The Eagles are 2-18 in the last 20 games, Jay. I don't care about your numbers. I've not been disrespectful to you once, and I never would be. But you see them Hanwha Eagles stats. I don't know. Listen, they've been doctored for me. I think the LG Twins, just get on them again. But again, as Jay's not getting involved, I'm going to take over here. I'm going to be brave as a lion and take the LG Twins versus the Hanwha fade you every single day Eagles. Now, another one that I've had the number on is the Samsung Lions taking on the Doosan Bears, Jay. And again, you go against the Lions at your peril.
Yeah, I'm going up against the Lions, and we're going to go with an official play with the Bears, minus 1.5 at around minus 120. I'd also lean towards over 5.5 for the Bears team total if you wanted to go on an over-under lean for this game. Chris Flexen's back. So the Bears get their best pitcher back from injury. He's got 30 strikeouts and just 13 walks on the season, 2.92 ERA, FIP of 3.79. I don't think I really need to say anymore. But Chris Flexen is back, and he's 2-0. The last 4 games that he's pitched, though, have become no decisions after, I think, 3 of the 4 were quality starts, where the bullpen blew it for him. But, again, Samsung, their hitting has not been nearly as good on the road. Doosan hasn't been great at home either, but they're going up against Kim Dae-woo. Kim Dae-woo has a 3.81 ERA, but a 6 FIP. So, again, like the other game we were just talking about, when you have a high FIP and an ERA very low, you expect the guy to get shelled. So he's got 9 strikeouts and 12 walks. So he's walking more than striking out. He's been getting really lucky with balls in play. And, Kim Dae-woo is not that great of a starter. Flexen's a lot better. So I would definitely go with an official play. Bears minus 1.5 in this one. It's the only game where I'm taking a team to win as an official play in the KBO, but the Bears with Chris Flexen on the mound definitely excite me.
Jay, what's the team total in this game? Because I was looking at both team totals going over maybe for 4.5, 5.
Yeah, the team total for the Bears is just 5.5. So I would definitely lean over 5.5 for the Bears. I think that, again, if you're going to take the Bears minus 1.5, that means they have to score at least 2 runs, right? So, yeah, I would definitely go with over 5.5 for the Bears. That's a lean, but if you want to take it, then I would definitely recommend it.
That's it. We're getting it now. I'll flip them up and you just slam them in. We've got plenty going on in the chat, by the way. I've got Dick's Filler saying Lions first 5 is my favourite bet of the day. Rafael GTO Perez. Is that my mate, Rafa? Is that you, Rafa, getting involved? Kudos, boys. Team total under or first 5 under in the LG game. So the boys are really starting to get it. And this is what the chat's all about. This is why we love going live, because you're our third guest. If you've got something, you've got an opinion, throw it out there. I'll throw it over to the maestro and we'll try and work something out together. And we just worked out that the Doosan Bears is probably better value, maybe over 5.5 team total. Then you don't care who wins. Okay, move on. Lotte Giants and the Kiwoom Heroes. Kiwoom stumbling a little bit for me, Jay.
Yeah, I got killed this morning with Kiwoom. Again, this morning was the second time that Jokic lost when he was a heavy favorite. And both those times he was my banker and it lost. So that hurt. It hurt a lot. But it's a new game, a new day. And we got Choi Won-tae on the mound for Kiwoom. He lost his last outing to Samsung, allowed 6 runs in that game. But Won-tae's been really good in his career. In his last two seasons, he had an ERA under 4. And this season he has a 4.38 ERA and a 4.53 FIP. He'll go up against Yoo Jun-won of Lotte. He's also started 7 games and has a 3.72 ERA, but a 5.83 FIP. So again, when you have an ERA of that low and an FIP that high, there's going to be some downward spirals there. So yeah, John Woon, he's not a big strikeout guy. He has 18 strikeouts in just 7 games, right? And so balls are going to be in play. He's been lucky with balls in play recently, but he's also allowed 6 home runs in 7 starts. So that's something to look at with Kiwoom that can definitely score some runs with balls in play in this one. And then Choi Won-tae, he hasn't been great either, but he has 26 strikeouts and just 6 walks. He also has allowed 5 home runs, but his FIP is a lot lower than June 1. So again, my official play for this one would be Kiwoom over 5.5 against June 1. Yeah, both pitchers dominated in their first games against each other, against the opposition. But this was the time that Kiwoom was kind of shaky offensively. They kind of figured it out. They scored 5 runs in this game, and we're just taking over 5.5, and they lost. So if we expect them to win, then they're probably going to score over 5 runs. So I like the official play of Kiwoom over 5.5 in this one with the juice at around minus 125. I would lean towards Kiwoom minus 1.5 and also lean towards over 10 in this one with Yoo Jun-won. I do think Yoo Jun-won, he's pitched really well as of late, but it's just been like he's getting lucky. He's not going like past 5 innings. He's not striking out anyone. Balls are in play. He's allowed 41 hits. I don't know. He's just getting lucky, and I think Kiwoom has the opportunity to score some runs in this one.
Okay, well, Philly Sports Passion's joined us in the chat, and welcome, and we really appreciate your contribution. And he's going to Heroes first 5, so he's one of those that only likes half a game. And the Philly Sports Passion, obviously I'm using my intellect here, but I guess you're an Eagles fan. Well, I'm cheering the Eagles on, NFL. Come on and make sure you join us all the time, please, Philly. Ron Wesley, he's like flexing at £250 and he's a hamstrings tender. He said he's going to go for Samsung at a big price again. Listen, I've told you about them Lions. You bet them, no good. You fade them, they bite you. Not just your fingers, they take half your arm off. They're unbelievable, them Lions. We cannot get them right. Okay, what about the Dinos versus the Tigers, please, Jay?
Yeah, I think we talked about this yesterday, how the Dinos are going to regress at some point, and right now we're kind of seeing them regress. I think the funny thing is, there wasn't my official play, but I hit it on the money when I talked about it. I said how this game was going to be close towards the finish, and then I trust Kia's bullpen more than I trust NC's bullpen. Of course, the game was 7-4. NC's bullpen died down just a little bit more than Kia, and Kia won as underdogs in that one. So I was spot on, but of course it wasn't an official play at all because, of course. Anyway, we have Mike Wright on the mound for the Dinos. He's got a 2.77 ERA, but a 4.73 FIP. And then Lin Min Woo's on the mound for Kia. He's got a 5.09 ERA and a 3.87 FIP. So looking at the stats, Min Woo's been better than Wright has in the first 7 games that they've started. But then, yeah, you look at this and say, well, Wright is 5-1 and Min Woo is 3-2. The matchup's a lot closer than some would like you to believe. And again, the Kia pitching staff has been the best pitching staff in the league. With LG's up there, I think Kia is the better pitching staff in terms of starting pitching and bullpen. I think that Kia has the best stuff when it comes to the pitching staff.
Okay, so, let me just, Jay, again, let me stop you because let me give you a little bit of your own medicine here because remember, how many times have the Dinos gone back-to-back defeats? Because you said before that whenever they get beat, they always do come back. And if they do get beat in the second game, they always score plenty runs. So we could actually go with the Tigers, but maybe go with the Dinos over their total.
Yeah, that's possible. What happened was in their last series against Kiwoom, they lost their first 2, and then they won the third game. So maybe that trend could happen too, where in that second game they allowed 18 runs to Kiwoom in that one in the second game. So yeah, that's how it's been. But like I said, I do see the Dinos kind of regressing a little bit. They're still 3 games above in the standings at first place. They still have some room up there. They've been that good. But yeah, I do see them regressing. And I do think Kia has been really good at home as of late. I'm just saying, this game's a lot closer than people want to make it out to be. Kia at plus 165. It's a lean for me, but Kia at plus 165 is a lot more value there. So I would go with Kia in this one.
I'll tell you what that tells me straight away, that you go with Kia to win the game at 165 and you go with the Dinos over 5.5. And then obviously one will match up. So if you get one right, you get one wrong, no problem at all. But there's also a chance there that you have like maybe an 8-6 game to the Tigers and you can pick up both. But at 165, the way the Dinos have been, at some stage, if you're betting actually in play, then the Tigers could well be minus 150, minus 200 in play. So I would take the Tigers just by being blind.
Yeah, that's a good look, and then I'd also lean towards over 9.5, like you said. So yeah, I would think this game would go over as well. Where you said 8-6, I don't know if it would go that high, but yeah, I do think this game goes over. I think Mike Wright at some point he's gonna we're just kind of waiting for that moment for Mike Wright to kind of have a bad start, and this could be that one. Even though Kia they're without a couple of big time bats in the lineup, I still think Kia they've been hitting a lot better at home lately. I think they can hit off of Wright and get this win as well. But I also think that it's close enough where, yeah, it's a toss-up, but Kia at plus 165 would be a no-brainer at this point.
Yeah, I love the fact that we're mixing it up. I really do. First 5, money line. We haven't had no handicap, so obviously I've gone in with the LG Twins at minus 2.5 against the Eagles. But then again, anyone could do that. You don't have to be an expert like me. Okay, let's go back to Taiwan and give us a rundown, please, on the first 2 games. And if there's a parlay, give me a parlay. And then obviously I'd like your banker, please, Jay.
Of course. So we got the CTBC brothers at minus 140 against the Guardians. We'll lean towards the under 13.5 in that matchup. Then we'll go with an official play at the Uni Lions at plus 140. Then we'll also lean towards over 13.5 in that game against the Monkeys. Then for the KT Wiz and SK Wyverns game, we'll go with an official play with KT over 4.5 at the juice at around -135. We'll also lean towards KT plus 102, and we'll lean towards over 10.5 in the full matchup there. In the LG Twins Hanwha Eagles game, I would lean towards Hanwha plus 1.5 at around plus 116. Also lean towards under 10.5 in this matchup. For the Lotte Giants Kiwoom Heroes game, we'll go with an official play with Kiwoom over 5.5 with -125 juice. Also lean towards Kiwoom at -1.5 and over 10 in that matchup. For the Dinos and Tigers game, we'll lean towards Tigers at plus 165 and also lean towards the under 9.5 in that matchup. For the Samsung Lions versus Doosan Bears game, we'll go with an official play with the Doosan Bears -1.5 at the juice at around -120. Also lean towards over 5.5 for the Bears. And the over-under is 9. I would probably not touch it at all because with Flexing on the mound, I don't even know where to go with that. So I would just take the over 5.5 if you're going to worry about over-unders in that game. There's no parlay here. It's just really, really tough in terms of just money lines, and that's kind of my parlay with money lines. And so there's no parlay that I can give you guys. If you wanted to risk it, maybe Kiwoom and KT with the parlay. It's tough. Or Doosan Bears in that one as well. It's tough. But my banker would be the official play of KT over 4.5. That one just really seems good. And I like that one to hit. So KT over 4.5 at around -135 will definitely be the banker of the day.
Excellent. Okay, so we've got 43 watching. We've only got 15 thumbs up. So please, in the chat, you are our third team member. You've got to do your shift. Press the thumbs up so you appreciate Jay's work. And obviously, I'm throwing in a little bit now as well. So you're getting 2 for the price of 1. But if you can also, if you haven't subscribed, then please subscribe because it means that I can go to the bosses and say, look, people are loving this. We want to keep doing it. We've only got another 114 games to go. And we would love to bring you them 114 games. So please subscribe, press the button, ring the bell. It's important to ring the bell because then I can get my people to notify you and you won't miss any. And remember, we're back live. Jay, good luck today. I've got a strong feeling because we've mixed it up. I love the way that we've mixed it up. And you have a great time tonight and we will be here same time tomorrow. But before I say goodbye, Thursday, we've got Serie A, Bundesliga, Premier League and KBO and CPBL. And Rafa, will they all be live? They'll all be live. So put me under pressure. But first of all, we'll see you again tomorrow. You take care.
Have a good one. Thank you.